Golden State Warriors went into Game 7 and stunned the Rockets in Houston. It was clear that the Warriors were the superior team as Hill put up 33 points with, was he went 12 for 15 from the field and 9 from 11 from three. Curry also dazzled with like 22 and
14 in the fourth.
He put up the two of them put up back-to-back 3-point daggers for the game and to make the game out of reach. So they faced the Timberwolves, which is next. But the crazy thing is Draymond Green had 16 points.
Here's my thing, bro. The craziest thing about the whole like fourth quarter, second half of the fourth quarter was kind of ass. Like it was just like really hard to watch, and that on both sides. I won't even lie, because it was just sloppy. Like everyone was turning the ball over, but the Warriors were playing like the craziest defense ever at the guard position as well. You could see Brandon Podziemski. I'm gonna be honest, bro. He clamped Sengun. You know what Sengun's bag is, Jalen and Chris? Do you know what it is?
Hook shot,
post, spin, hook, brick. This is exactly what it is. Every single time. He goes both sides. He posts up, and then he kind of twitches a little bit, and then he spins a little bit, spins like 180, tries to hook it, or tries to float it. That's it. And it bricks every single time. And Pods had him standing up the entire time. Pods, this shooting guard, had a center struggling in the paint, which is ridiculous. So that was my whole thing about that. That was like the biggest defensive thing for me, because obviously Draymond was doing his thing on everybody else. But Pods on Sengun in the second half was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. So, Curry put up 14 in the fourth quarter, and I'm still trying to figure out who's the Curry stopper, bro, because all I see is Jalen Green stoppers. Because Jalen Green is just, I don't know what the conversation between him and Cade Cunningham was at the beginning of the year. You know, and they don't like each other. They never have or whatever since AAU or whatever, or college. But Cade Cunningham is miles ahead of him right now, dude. It is. His playoff stats are just mind-blowing. They're all like 8 to 12 points, besides the game 2 when he scored like 38 points and they won. And it was fantastic to see the Warriors just actually play some insane defense and small ball. Small ball works for them, so they're gonna have to play a little bit bigger this series. But yeah, that was a great series to watch, and Jimmy helped out a lot when he came back from injury, even though they won a game without him.
Yeah, it'd be very interesting decision because they only had 3 bench points too, and Kaminga came in, played 7 minutes, and so they really didn't have a lot of bench minutes.
That's what I'm saying. It was sloppy, man. The bench came in, they couldn't score, and Van Fleet didn't play like the greatest game the other day, but he was still kind of scaring us a little bit.
He went 50% from 3.
Right. No, I'm just saying, like, compared to the other games he had, it was Amon Thompson was really the thing to watch out for, because he had 24 points. He led Houston in points, and he was just in the paint was just way too dominant. So,
well, the Rockets only played 3 bench guys, so that's what I think killed them. At some point, it was going to come down and kill them.
Sounds like a JJ Redick move. Not playing your bench in the whole fourth quarter, pretty much.
Game 7. I don't know if you guys remember 2021 Game 7 Bucks Nets. KD didn't sit out a single second of that game. He played, I believe, all 48 minutes plus the 5-minute overtime, and that's just not sustainable at all. And that's why the Lakers lost too. They were relying on a 40-year-old LeBron James to play 45 minutes. But back to this game, what I took away from this series is that Houston is a dominant scorer. Like they have a great team. However, they are a dominant scorer, having a true alpha dog up on top, leading that offense from winning a title. And I don't know if anyone on that roster is going to truly emerge as that in the next few years. I was just thinking this morning, I don't know how plausible this is for them, but if they could go out and get Devin Booker this offseason, that could help them so much, because if you remember 2021 against Milwaukee, he was putting up 40 on the regular in that finals series. He was the reason they were around in some of those later series games. Game 6, for example, he was doing everything he could to keep them in that. And I think that someone of his caliber would be perfect for a team like that. And since you have Ime Udoka as the head coach, any defensive liabilities that he had, he could either cover up or teach him to fix.
Well, Booker's good on defense, man. I don't know if you remember the Olympics, but his wing defense was ridiculous. Like he was able to do that. He was able to be that defensive role player if he needed to be. Obviously, he was playing with a bunch of other superstars, and that wouldn't be the case in Houston. But I think if they get Devin Booker, who would they give up though? Jalen Green. I don't know if he has any trade value at the moment. Maybe he does because of his age, but I mean, the Suns really value Devin Booker. They want to build around him because they know they made a mistake on getting rid of all those pieces around him. Devin Booker had Bridges, Cam Johnson, and Chris Paul at one point. Obviously, he's older, but he was like the staple of that offense. DeAndre Ayton, which was their first overall pick at one point. I still don't understand why they got rid of him. I know he didn't have a great year, but Devin Booker deserves a little bit better. And him on the Rockets would be pretty good. I'm trying to think of who exactly they would give up because the Suns value Devin Booker like crazy. And I keep seeing things like KD going to the Rockets, and I don't think that'll happen, but because I don't think the Rockets are willing to give up what the Suns will want for KD because, KD is still a superstar and they'll just try to egg it on a little bit and try to make this big trade happen for 36-year-old Kevin Durant. But,
That was my concern. I thought about KD at first, actually, because Phoenix is the perfect team to kind of poach guys from, especially a shooter, alpha dog scorer like both Booker and KD can be. And the biggest thing is I've heard that they want someone that kind of matches the age of the guys that they already have. And KD it would be like grandpa in that locker room, pretty much. He's an unk at this point compared to a guy like Amin Thompson, Alperen Şengün, or even Jalen Green in a way. And I just don't think that they'd mesh well at all. And that's why I thought Booker could potentially be better than that for them.
I just don't see the Suns giving him up, man. That's like their guy. Like they love Devin Booker to death. They want him to be on the Suns forever. But no one else in the league wants him to be on the Suns forever because he deserves so much better, in my opinion. I know we got a lot of people over here who aren't very fond of Devin Booker due to the Bucks playing the Suns in the finals that one year, but I think you move Devin Booker to a great team like that, it'll help his career out a lot more because he's one of those really underrated scorers of our generation, and he can really make a difference on a very solid team because he can be the one. He needs an opportunity again.
Yeah, I mean it'll be very interesting to see. The Warriors got the Timberwolves tonight. Tonight, right? Yeah, that's tonight. Yeah, they got the Timberwolves tonight.
What y'all got, man? I need y'all to understand something. Every top seed so far has gone down in the past 2 days. Guess who's the lower seed of the series?
Man, it's 6 versus 7 though. No. I'm sorry, not with that one.
Hey, come on, listen. It's still there, bro. We can. Well, wait, no, this is 3 versus 7, is it?
It's not.
No,
the Lakers were Lakers were 3.
Oh, Lakers were 3. Oh, jeez. Okay, 6 versus 7. Okay, so it's more even, I guess. But still, this is gonna be one of those series that's like, oh my goodness, who's gonna win it? And
I'm scared.
I'm scared. You know what I'm saying? I like Ant. Ant's one of my favorite players in the league right now. But I can't go against my guy. I can't do it yet. Not unless we're actually down and we're looking pathetic. I think we're gonna steal tonight, and it's going to be very close, obviously. Going to be a lot of trash talking. It's going to be one of those, maybe hopefully Draymond doesn't get kicked out of game for choking out Rudy Gobert again. And, that's just how it is. I got Warriors tonight.